sort of thing, of knowing and intonation and all of that. Yet, because our time is limited, you have to go at 2 o'clock. So I will turn your world upside down, just as a little experiment. You already did very well. Did you notice, by the way, audience, did you notice what happened in terms of dialogue already? How many things there were going on in this way? Did you feel it? It's very different, right? You have so many different perspectives. Yeah. So try it out. Okay, so I'm going to shock you maybe. This is a piece that is very dear to me, and I grew up as a kid, maybe like this, with this piece. And it was the very first piece I played in a string quartet when I was 15. And I was so used, so I'm going to use this. Maybe you should translate this. So I want to point out something that is very important. We musicians live through our lives.
Я бы хотел очень важную вещь сказать. Мы, музыканты, живем как будто сквозь посредством ушей нашего слуха.
And of course that's the essence of music. You hear some magic sounds, goes in the ear, and goes to the brain, and to the soul, and the heart, whatever, right? What happens with music?
И в этом какой-то смысл музыки, что мы слышим звуки, какую-то магию, она проходит через слух, доходит до мозгов и до сердца. Вот нам нужно разобраться, что происходит с музыкой.
Now for us, professional musicians, it means it's very tempting to believe what we hear.
И у профессиональных музыкантов очень большой соблазн верить в то, что мы слышим.
And we mix the piece by Dvorak with what we heard here.
И мы смешиваем то, что написал Дворжак, и то, что мы слышим.
So I grew up with listening maybe 300 times.
И можно его 300 раз, например, послушать,
to one interpretation.
Чтобы один раз исполнить.
On a record, old-fashioned vinyl record, right?
На публике.
Of this piece. And I thought that is how the piece is.
И мы думаем, что вот именно так пьеса и звучит, как один раз мы ее услышали.
So when I heard it first, I could not read music. When I was 5.
Когда я впервые услышал эту вещь, когда мне было 5 лет, я еще не умел читать ноты.
And then this was the very first music score that I bought.
Это одна из первых партитур, которая у меня появилась.
And I was reading, and I could not really recognize what I had in my mind and in my.
Я не мог узнать, смотря в ноты, то, что я слышал у себя в голове.
So in other words, for me it's very difficult. I know this piece is maybe one of the most popular string quartets ever, right? And I would like you to try something out and go away from performance tradition and see if we can come closer to Dvorak. And I only have 2 things to say: tempo and dynamic. So I'm not going to do this. That's already something quite of a difference for the whole movement. I think you were lured, as many players are, by Manon Troppel. But Dvorak was a very smart man, and I think his tempi were excellent. And I'm not saying it has to be 112, but you played way slower. And he was an excellent violist and violinist, and he knew what a metronome is. Just for security. Just for security, why not? Let's try it out. And so you'll be surprised, maybe. But I don't hear anything. Sorry. You even have 120, right? No, 112. Okay. So it lacked for me a little bit of energy just because you were on the easy side. You know what I mean? Like, oh, nice. So the Manon Troppel do not take it too seriously. And the other thing is really the dynamic. I don't think I've ever heard any genre, certainly not music, certainly not music. I'm going to turn your world upside down. I'm sitting close to you, and you have to excuse me, or you have to be even more silent than you were, because they are going to play so soft you will not hear them. There we go. So I have much respect for my teacher, and I have also respect for his teacher. That was Sevcik. So I'm a student of Sevcik. It did not help me, sorry. But the danger is that this sounds like Sevcik. Adi, 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 right? Adi, 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 adi. So, the less you can make it sound like a finger exercise, and again the tempo part. Okay, good. Now, if that is your pianissimo, I'm interested in your fortissimo. Can you be much softer? Okay, so what do you usually do? You go to the fingerboard. You use a little bit different color. That makes it much easier for her to come. Okay, and again there. Is that very expressivo? What are you doing? Maybe it's a warm or a soon. You're just establishing the key. F major, but not as if you were playing as if something is coming. No, there's nothing is coming. It's very relaxing. Okay, so vibrate less, no attention. Okay. Can you for once not vibrate that much? Remember the Mendelssohn, you're doing the same thing. If any note is important, it's your first note. And then the other thing for both of you is lam, pa, pa. You did not do that. It's not is that still in your part? Yes, you see? So more articulation if possible. And then the other thing is, the danger of this piece is that you always hear tam, tati, tam, instead of tam, katata, tam, patatam, if possible. Tam, patatam, tam, patatam, and tam, patatam, right? So, there's that. What you're doing now is just a bowing. It's not yam, as you say yam, short, maybe even tam, if you want, or because if you do ta, di, da, it's détaché, legato. That's how it sounds. Yam, and again, be careful, it's out of tune. In your C is too high. Okay, one more time. I did not hear it. So in this case, a huge expansion, if possible. Can we do down, by 9? And now 3 and 4 and 1. But there's no energy. Nothing is happening. Everybody should lead to the front. Okay? You have 4 bars, the same structure, right? And then in that 4 bars, you can still keep the tension going until you arrive at the first. Can we try it? It's all portato. So in fact, I really think it's not staccato or not. Yeah, it's like a goldfish. You know, there's always like that. Yeah, keep moving the bow and just the index finger uses it. Yeah, even more volatile. Yeah, you do not have to vibrate because you're already vibrating with the right arm. Okay, not two things at the same time, just one. It's enough. And you take that from her. Okay. Then we do one, and maybe softer to piano, even almost under piano from your side. Okay, that's all the other days are just ta, as quiet as you can. So what you do is you lose tempo and you postpone the quick notes. A lot of people do that. So you it helps sometimes to really go with her. 1, 2, and start early. Again here, it's young. Oh. Yeah, okay. Shall we do 4 before 2? In other words, I'm asking you, I'm going on my knees. Okay, same place. So combine right arm and left arm. Okay? Much better. Yes. You see, so really can't go finish. Can we try one more time? Same place. 4 before 2. Because what you do now is ta, 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 ta. It's not a solution. Ta. What he writes is impossible. Ta, unless you do ta, di, ta, 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 ta. That would be a solution, which I did, but that's maybe too soon. If you do not do that, be very careful, because you're interfering with her 16th. So if you do this, may I have your vote? Ta, do not do ta, 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 because then you're in danger. Okay. Be very careful with your anger. Can we do that part, 2 before 3? Spasiba, you did my bowing. It means that, but it's the problem is it's for okay? You could do this. Okay, just to prove you that this is not by a strange man from the Netherlands. My other teacher, my most foremost teacher, was Lena Bienen. And he was an Hungarian, born in 1906, same year as Shostakovich. And he was one of the last students of Hubay Bienen. Okay? And Janne Hubai was the favorite performer of, you don't know your history, Johannes Brahms. Okay? When Johannes Brahms finished his violin sonata, last D minor, he traveled to Budapest to play with Hubai. When he finished even the quintet, he traveled to Budapest. When he finished the last quintet, Opus 111. For many times, Brahms went to see Hubai, because we always think Joachim, yes, Joachim, but Hubai was maybe the foremost interesting player. So, that does not mean that I am right, but I'm telling you a story. This bowing came from my teacher. So, ta-da, 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 ta-da. And he had a famous saying that I quote often. It means, after a down bow, it's not always an up bow. Ta-da, ta-da. You can speak. Ta-ya, ta-da, ta-da, ta-ti-da, ta-da, ta-da. Not always ta-da, okay, ta-da, ta-da. That's not possible, right? So we do a lot of our bowings because we think that after an up bow, it is a down bow. And after a down bow, it is an up bow. It's not necessary. Okay? So if you think out of that box, and if you think that this bowing, which I'm trying to sell to them now, is not coming from me, it's coming from somebody who was very close to his teacher, who played with his teacher, with the quartet of his teacher, of the famous Hubai quartet, right? So do you understand that there are always more options? And maybe as clumsy as ta, ya, ta is, maybe as clumsy as it is, it's still better than ta, ta, ya, ta, 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 ta. So you have two options. Not so good and bad. Okay, there we go. Shall we try one time? 2 before 3. Thank you. Okay, be careful. Now you're doing your own bowing. You do ta, i, a, ta, da, ta, ta, da, ta. I see you play here. That is the mezzo piano, mezzo forte place. Okay, so move up during that at 3. Can you all play at 3? And the loudest you can, closer to the tree. Yes. Okay. Maybe because I'm not going for you. It's the heartbeat for these. Ta, 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 maybe ta, 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 down it. Down, down. One more time, say this. Okay, so we have 2 bars. From fortissimo we move down. In 1 bar, if I may say so, I really like to take this from Georgia. Okay? So, fortissimo. Second bar, you have crescendo. So where are you? Right? And then what happens? Next bar? Yeah. Next bar? Yes. Right? Can we try it from 3? Pianissimo, crescendo, sforzato, and then back to piano. But my dear ladies, your pianissimo is not pianissimo, it's mezzo piano. Mezzo piano. Can you really much soft? Can we try one more time? Same thing? 3. I'm interested in your mezzo forte, you know? So it means you have to play it so soft that we do not hear. May I sit in the back of the hall and tell you? And please do not be angry with me. I will tell you when you are too loud. Okay? bow, the hair, the pressure, the speed, everything, right? Reduce all your tools. So, use all your tools. If you play you use a lot of those. But here, maybe like this, and not here, but there, and maybe there we go. No, okay, so already. If you play an open string, and you play there you go. Do not vibrate and whisper. You know what is whisper? Okay, stop. Excellent. Now that was 100%, now 50%. I'm challenging you, okay? Stop. Your first note, almost. Second note, too loud. So, you know you're playing for a violist. I do not like the E string. So be very careful with it. Okay, stop. Much better. You're going in the right direction, but if you tell your story, you sing, oh, how much I would like to be there. That's what you say. If anything is, you write it back. All four times. Yeah, you see, so it's very nice and a very human thing. Dvorak says it once more, but now he says it pianissimo, right? So one step up. So you have to imagine how soft you have to be the first time, right? It's still, for my taste, you're going in the right direction. Do not mind all these people, right? Do not think about that. Just play so soft that maybe everybody thinks you are crazy. I don't mind. Dvorak writes 3 pianos. You are not thinking about us, you're thinking about Dvorak. Okay? Go, and doesn't mind. If you play so soft that we cannot believe that you can play such soft notes on a violin, you have gained something. Okay? Nice and gentle. But in music, like in acting, you can go in 1 second or 2 seconds from a little nice girl to a fury, right? And this is one of these moments. So, hey, you open up immense. Okay, try it. One more time from the beginning and still play softer. One hair, one hair. Doesn't matter, very good. You're attentive. Can we try it at 5? And make sure that you indeed separate a little bit. So, oh, how I love you. Okay, so you're not making it easy for her. What is important in 5? Who? Who's one? There's only one in this case. Yes? It can be. It's very often the first violin in music. So that means you can never cover her by playing ta-di-da or tu-da-da or ta-ya-da. We have to be able to hear ta-ya-di-la. So you move from something completely not interesting. It's a complete change of character. From nobody to the main character. Right? Again, you have to remind yourself, it's like on stage. If you are the audience, I am like an actor. I walk on stage like this. And you do not notice me. Okay? Sorry, that's it. But on the other hand, that's what you do. Right? Same time. 4 before the development section in tempo. Thank you, yes. Flawless. You did. Go for it. Okay? And then in your case, this, what is this? What are you? Say it in Russian, I will understand. That I didn't understand. So what are you? What are you doing? What is your function? Bass? Thank you, you see, I understand. Well, how does that sound in Russian? Yeah, you see, I would have understood, yes. See, the rest of it. Go. So, you are playing as if you're starting a solo. I don't know, you're so attracting attention. I'm just pointing out that in modern string quartet playing, very different from the times of Dvorak, we play always everything with a warm and beautiful and loving sound. That means we vibrate everything. In this case, it is just, it's almost like his friend Johannes Brahms. Dvorak gives this very simple melody, right? It's an alla breve melody. He gives a nice, almost alla breve, but even bar-like accompaniment. And here, on the other hand, there's no cello, no bass on the one. Okay? So it means he's doing very, very funny. He's doing 1, that's her. And then he's doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Do not hide it. So your bass, yes, bass harmony, but it also means you sing Dvorak is an easy composer. You can find many places where you would have just written one long note. You're almost making it one long note because you're vibrating and you're doing a wonderful bow change. Which is to less vibrato, maybe center. Okay, can we see what that effect that has? Can we do one more time the same thing? Remember, you're nothing. You're the audience. And I'm walking on stage and saying, how about? Okay, now you. is my other little proof to myself that a dialogue makes sense. If they sit next to each other, I joke and say, why do you not keep on playing tom, 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 rum, tom, 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 rum, tom, 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 because my ear catches it from you only from your side. And if I do that, there's a difference in theater. I have many friends in theater, and they gave me a very good thing. If you say something, and if I say it here, it's almost as if I'm saying, I also want, go away, I want to say something, you know what I mean? Yes, that's very different. I would never speak to you like that. You say something, you say, I believe in music, and I say, I believe in music, you know, that doesn't, okay, so here you are. You say, I believe in music, and you say, yes, I also believe in music. It's very basic, but it is something that speaks to us, right? Okay, so, almost. It's from sleepy to open eyes, like this. Can you do this? One more time, really do more. Softer. So he writes ta 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 ta. He gives you that. Okay. Now that's fortissimo, right? That's 7. Then you go down in the second bar of 7, 2 mezzo forte, 2 piano to pianissimo. Can you really make that nice transition? And again here for you, same for the rest. Yes. Okay. We'll see it. Can you do 7? I'm going to ask you to play completely different. And what is it what you have? It's a middle voice, right? But what is the first thing that comes to mind if you have a part that says ta 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 ta? What is that? Anybody? Pulse, yes, rhythm, right. So you played so beautiful, and in the whole context, if you look at that bar, you know, she's playing la ya da ya da da, right? And she's playing in other words, you are in a legato environment. So if you are in a legato environment, your pulse needs to be twice as clear. You need to speak like an actor, al dente. Yeah, so with the teeth. Okay? So try it out and play ta 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 ta, very clear. Can we do before 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. La ya da ya da. Yeah? Or 74. Okay, you see, and you're indicating here that you have something very beautiful. But you don't. It's a pulse. It's not. Right? One more time. No, I object. That's what I read. And then I went shopping, mama, and then I took the yes, so. No, it's not about that, it's drama. You come from a pianist environment. I have a trick for you. Go down from forte to piano, and really play piano. Your next note. Okay. Can we do that bar? 3 before 8. 3, 4, sorry. With me, 3, 4. La. That's a trick. 3, 4. You're in the wrong part. First, we have to know where we are. 3 before 8. Okay? 3, 4, 1 and 2. Even softer. Even softer. Yes, good. So now your body, this is very important. This is the best trick ever. It's not from me. Everybody uses this. You train your body to really go, okay? And then you know, oh, that's how it feels. That's how it sounds. That's how it feels. And then the crazy world. Immediately. Can you do the same? And then at your loudest, ugly. Make the audience shocked. There are already a few people in the hall, like hiding sparkles and things. Oh, this is fun. Gosh, that's what I do. Right? Like that, at least. Yes, it was a nice shot. You're still nice. Nice girls. Okay? Yes, you're nice. Now, remember when you were really angry, do something. Okay? For the others. Zwart sartisme. 2, 3, 4. Okay. This I found very difficult. You have to go. I'm just giving you a little, again. Dvorak knew this too. He's writing something very difficult. He writes tam, okay, so that note is prolonged. He even writes a dash, very quickly. And I always see no, we're almost there. Because you have to, I think you have to go. I wrote most of the other things in your score, mostly a remembrance of what we did. A lot of it is dynamic, right? And be careful, here it is a slur. It's like, maybe that's in your part. I want to make sure. You see, it's a slur. And then for all of you at the end, there. There it is. So you have to check this. It's different from the part. Okay? This is yours. No, this is Heinrich's. Yes, you will get that. So you understand what I mean with that? Yes, that is often the case. The best, I think this is good, what you have. It's the best possible edition, I think. Yeah, thank you. So I trust the score more than the parts. Because the parts have been copied by other publishers, you see. This is 55. I think the edition Supraphone used to be very good, but it depends. Okay? Excellent. So go for huge extremes. Okay? You're welcome.